Good morning everyone. I am Rihana Anjum. Currently I am pursuing my BTech first year in Srinivasa Ramanujan Institute of Technology in CSC department. Now I am going to talk about active voice and passive voice. So let us discuss what is meant by active voice and passive voice. Before that, let us know what is meant by voice. Voice in grammar refers to the relation between the action of the verb and the participants in the subject. Here, voice shows the relation. It refers the relation between action of the verb and the subject. Basically, there are two types of voice: active voice and passive voice. Understanding these voice can enhance clarity and engagement in writing. So when we use these types of voice in our writing, it will be much more clear. Let us know what is meant by active voice. In active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action. In active voice, subject is performing some sort of action. So the structure for these active voice is subject plus verb plus object. So active voice is a straightforward sentence. When we use active voice, everybody can understand it much more easily because it is straightforward. So let us see one example. The dog is chased. The dog is chasing a cat. Here, dog is the subject and chasing is the verb. Cat is the object. Here, dog is doing some sort of work. The work is it is chasing the cat. So that is the example. And using active voice generally results in clear and more engaging sentences. Uh, it gives very clarity in our writing. Examples of the active voice. The journalist wrote an article. Here, journalist is the subject, wrote is the verb, and article is the object. I am cooking a meal. I am is the subject, cooking is the verb, and meal is the object. Simply, active voice means it denotes the subject performing in the action, and it does not require a linking verb to make it a sense. And active voice focuses on the doer of the action. So this is about the active voice. Now let us discuss about benefits of the active voice. Active voice generally makes sentence clear and more concise. It engages readers by providing a sense of immediacy and action. Using an active voice can help convey confidence and assertiveness in writing. So active by when we use active voice, it is very much clear as it is a straightforward sentence so that people can understand it easily, and it is more concise, and it makes some sort of sense in the context. So let us know about passive voice. In passive voice, the sentence subject receives the action instead of performing it. Here it receives the action rather than performing it. This it follows the format like object plus verb plus subject. Here it needs a linking verb. It is linked to the one another. One sentence is linked to the one another, and subject is acted upon the verb. And passive voice constructions can sometimes lead to ambiguity or vigorousness. Examples of the passive voice. Before moving to the examples, let us see the changes of the pronouns. I is converted into me. He is converted into him. She is converted into her. It is converted into it. So now let us see the examples. He was looked after by his grandmother. He This house was built by my father. The hall is being painted this week. A meal is being cooked by me. Let us see when to use passive voice. Passive voice is useful when the doer of the action is unknown or irrelevant. It can be added variety of writing by changing sentence structure. Passive voice is often preferred in formal writing or scientific context. Um, Passive voice, we use passive voice often in formal writing so that it will be good in the context. Let's see how to change imperative sentences with object into passive. So basically there are two types of sentence. There are two types of voice. One is positive and another one is negative. In positive voice, in positive, the structure is let plus object plus be plus past participle. This is the structure, and the sentence in the active voice is carry it home. We have to convert this sentence into passive voice. As this is a positive, we use the above structure and change it into passive sentence. Let us see it. Let it be carried home. Let it be carried home. Here we used let us see the structure and also the example. Here we used let, and object is it, and here be form, and then past participle is carried home. And voice in negative voice, let us see the structure. Voice in negative, let plus object plus not plus be plus past participle. Here we used not because it is a negative sentence, right? So we have used not. A sentence in active voice is do not beat the dog. This is the active voice. This sentence in active voice. So let us change this sentence into passive voice. As this is a negative sentence, so we had used not. Let, as in the structure here, let, we used let, and the object is the dog, and not plus be form plus past participle is the beaten. So the throughout the sentence is let the dog not be beaten. So like this we have to change imperative sentences into passive voice. Then let us go to next one. Comparing active and passive voice. Active voice is usually more straightforward and than the passive voice. As we know from the first slide, active voice is straightforward than the passive voice, so that it can be understood by everyone as it is a straightforward sentences. And passive voice can sometimes abuse the actor because I think passive voice sometimes becomes confused as it is not a straightforward sentence, and we have to use these sentences depending on the situation. Next, how to convert active voice to passive voice. Identify the object of the active sentence and move it to the subject position. First, take a sentence, then identify the object in the sentence. Identify the object in the sentence and move it to the subject position. Like object sentence is in the ending, move it to the subject position, and then change the verb to the form of to be followed by the past participle. Change it according to the structure, and then use by if it is necessary, and use active and passive structures to change to convert the sentences into active to passive or passive to active. Conclusion: mastering both active and passive voice can greatly improve writing skills. um, So this improves our writing skills. Use active and passive voice according to the situation so that we can improve our writing skills. And writing should choose the voice that best fits. We have to choose which fits the situation, and we have to use such type of voice. And practicing voice transformation will enhance clarity and effectiveness in communication. So we have to use voice properly, depends upon the situation. Thank you for this opportunity.